Okay, let's get up here because I need to get rid of our cute little banner. Okay, let's get up here because I need to turn off that. And so you're going to also see, hi Terry from Maine. You're going to see our cute little giveaway tonight. For those of you, especially if you love the watercolor pencils, these were gifted by Nouveau, and these are tonight's giveaway. And it has if you love watercolor pencils or you've just never used them, this is a great way to get kind of started with them. We don't have them in the store yet. They're coming. And you can use them with the water. You can blend them and do all kinds of fun things. And I'm sure one of our designers will definitely be showing them. So even if you're popped in and like free, and if you pop in and you're just here for minutes, make sure, one of our designers will. I am not the coloring person, and I'm working up onto it, but we'll also be sending them out when it comes. But make sure you comment so that you'll get into the drawing. Hello, Doris. And I'm going to put them in the envelope so they're ready to go after the show tonight. I will put your names in and we'll pick a lucky winner. Okay, December Daily. Let's get back to working. So we did December Daily 1, our cover. And how many of you got your covers made? Oh, it does have Nicole Saslin's. Yes, Nicole Lynn. She can. She is our, and Nicole does it so that a beginner can learn. So that's really cool. Okay, so we're going to continue working tonight. Remember, if you purchase the kit, your instruction sheet was emailed to you. If not, I give the measurements as we go. So grab yourself a notebook or one of our new notebooks for our 10th anniversary, established 2014 Country Craft Creations. And it's so awesome because a lot of you have been with me since our little swap group many years ago. So we are going to, remember, we skipped inside cover. We're down here on the front of page 1. And also, we talked about it briefly. You may have the dots in your vintage Santa instead of the plaid. Simple Stories run out of the plaids, but these still go with it. And you'll see how I've used them to intermix as we get into the decorating part. So we're going to start, and I'm cutting everything right along with you because we're not in a hurry. And Mary Schaefer, I'm so glad to see you, Mary. I did not answer your email, but your order is packed and ready to go. It was held up. We were waiting. We had so many orders for Remember. The rest of Remember came in, and so your order is packed and it's leaving in the morning. And it's going postal service, so it'll get to you faster. So that's, Mary, I just want you to know I wasn't ignoring your email, but I knew you might be in here tonight, and I just wanted to tell you. Okay, Nicole. Okay, Nicole did see that we will be sending her, when they come in, the watercolor pencils. Okay, we're going to cut together because once again, I want you to follow along so that we're not in a hurry, and we're going to go for 2.5 hours. We made really good time last week. So tonight, we're going to create the front of page 1 and our little pop-up. So we do have some matting that we're going to do because we need to mat to put this down. If you don't have your kit, go ahead and make everything. You're just going to set this aside. And I will be using my first large magnet on this page. Oh, no, she's a designer. She's just going to get them. Okay, so let's grab our first piece of cardstock. And we're going to cut this at 8 inches. And I'm going to cut it at 8.5. our pages are 8.5. I don't like anything hanging over, as you guys well know. I'm going to cut it just a hair short of 8.5, so it doesn't hang over the edge. So that's 8 by 8.5. Now our next one is 7.5 by 6. I should have put 6 first. I usually do put my small number. It just saves paper, so I cut it at 6 inches and then 7.5. Now this is where you're going to get into those scraps. Remember we talked about, because we need, perfect. We need 2 pieces. And so a 4 by 12, you're going to have a lot of these 4 by 12s. That's what we had left over when we cut our pages. So we're going to cut this 4 by 12 strip down to 3 1/8. And I'm going to cut it at 6. This was a pack of cardstock that had a bent corner, so I'll make sure I score that one. And we're going to use both of these 6-inch pieces. And for this, I did round my corners. And I also used in the Family Life one, I used this one, as I get the words out right, more of your kind of tag corners, because I really liked that look. You can use any that you want. And we are going to need the pattern paper for this. Okay, if you are using, so I am getting my pattern paper out here. The Vintage Santa. We're not going to worry about the cover. We're just doing the inside. So I used a black plaid. And I think every kit does have this black plaid for Vintage Santa. And then I have the red snowflakes. Okay, for our red snowflakes, it's Joyful. Remember, you've got a lot of this with your Vintage Santa. This will be the front. You can pull it out if you like. I believe that was the front. Yeah. Now, if I have to push this on. There we go. With our, and you know what? In the morning, the pictures go to Tanya. I'm not forgetting to do that. It just hadn't happened. So those are going to Tanya in the morning. So for your Family Life, or I always get the name wrong, the Holiday Life. So you may see some of these polka dots in your Vintage Santa because they did run out of the plaids. So you've got a black. A few of the kits we had to do a replacement there. I will be using the red. And then we're going to use Tinsel and Tidings. Turn it over, and we want that gorgeous green stripe. Now, when it comes to cutting your cardstock, I'm going to kind of show you how to do that too. There it is. Now that one is one of your, and you've got 2 sheets. You've got your 2x2 and 2x4 elements. These are the 3 for your holiday life. You're also going to want your white cardstock that is inside of your album for here. Now on the holiday life, it has kind of a speckle. It's that whipped cream. It's actually a French paper. I know it's, yeah, it's the French whipped cream. It's a cotton, and it's amazing. It is coming in for the store because I absolutely love it. Okay, so what I'm going to cut though for my album is going to be the papers for the Dear Santa, or the vintage, not Dear Santa. I need a bigger desk, and my desk is huge. It's not big enough. Okay, so you've got your papers. We're just going to find a hole to put those in, and we're going to start scoring. So on our 8 by 8.5. Again, I cut mine just a hair short, and we do want a magnet. So if you're going to use a magnet here, be sure and grab those magnets. Just sure enough, if you don't, I'll forget to put it down. But I'm trying not to forget it. Okay, with our 8.5 across the top. So our 8 inches this way, 8.5 across the top of our scoreboard. I just want you to score it 1/2 inch. Now you're 7.5 by 6. So 7 1/2 across the top of your scoreboard. You're going to score it 1/2 inch. That's not my, there we go. 1/2 of an inch. 3 3/4 of an inch. And 7. So once again, 1/2 inch, 3 3/4, and 7. Now our little flaps that are 3 1/2 by 6 inches, you'll just put the 6 inch across the top, and we're going to score it 1/2 inch on both pieces. Well, hello, Miss Fauna. And I'll just start with these because they're in my hands. We're going to burnish all of our score lines. And then we are going to also, I'm going to round my corners. You can leave them square. And I'm using the 10 milliliter or millimeter, the 10 inch, not 10 inches, 10 millimeters. Why, thank you, my dear. We'll just set everything to the side. Oh, we don't have to worry about this one, but oh, it did. Oh, aren't they cute? We're going to fold it in half. Okay. We're going to be refolding it again. Don't worry, because it comes up. But we're going to burnish the 1/2 inch into the back. There, oh, I missed something. Somebody just said I started using the bone folder. I guess I missed that. Oh, Tamara, I just started. I'm always seeing white stuff. Yes, it will start going away after a while. You will see that, and you just brush it off. You know what? Because it's a plastic, so it happens. Again, see this will be, this pokes up. These are a little bit short, just in case you're worried that they don't come to the bottom. When things are short, then people, when you gift it, they know you open it. So I kind of like leaving that little bit of a space. Okay, and we need to, this is actually easier to mat beforehand than when you get it in the book. So we are going to mat this. And also one thing we're going to do is lay this down flat. And when you attach this, I want you to make sure you're putting it to this outside edge. To the outside edge, so you have room to flip it up. Don't put it flush together. Also, when it bends, it just won't do right. So you want to just come over here to this outside edge. Scissors. You know, I've got to blow out this candle. It doesn't smell that great. You know how you get a candle and you think you're going to love it, but you don't? Oof. I think that's what was kind of getting me a little headache. And it's a soy candle. But it's the smell. I don't like it. Okay. So we definitely won't buy that one. We only bought a sample, thank goodness. Oh, next week we've got a lot of tutorials. We are going to be busy little crafters here in February. And our Seasons of Creativity boxes ship. Our subscription that goes out every 4 months. Oh, it is a box packed of goodies. We actually have 4 we were able to put on the website. Well, I bought the new antique ones, Antique Candle Company, because they're not supposed to, but I don't like the peach. Okay, we're going to add our adhesive. Yes, so if you wanted to get in on the Season of Creativity, be sure to pop on over to the website. And that will keep you busy through June. Remember, you want it to come out to this outer edge. No, YouTube. Well, I had been doing just the Scentsies, but I really liked These are candles. But I don't like that one. No, Tiffany's favorite scent is Lysol. I'm good with the smell of germs. Tiffany really no, RJ. There is one kit that has some pink in it with some pink paper. The rest are not pink. It's $49 in Market, and it's red and it's black. We've got Tiffany did a walkthrough on the Seasons of Creativity box on her YouTube a bit ago. But boy, it's an awesome, awesome subscription. No one else has one. Okay. Excuse me. I'm going to have to reprimand this. We have been blaming Charlotte for chewing up the dog beds. I just caught him in the act, that little booger. Okay. We want to go ahead and mat this piece, and it's 3 1/4 by 6. Well, we're going to cut it 3 1/8 by 5 7/8. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I did white. And then I did the red. So we'll cut our flat piece, and then we'll put these guys on. I know, poor Charlotte. She was getting accused of everything, huh, baby? Okay. We're going to cut. You either have 8 1/2 by 11 or you have 12 by 12 in your kits. And we compensated with all the extra paper. So I'm using one of the 8 1/2 by 11. So I want to cut my 3 1/8. I'll cut 2 pieces at 3 1/8. Oh, there we go. And 5 7/8 will be our length. Need to keep those together. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut before we do the matting of this little thing. I want to go ahead with that flap that was 8 1/2 by 8. Now this comes out to be basically 8 by 8. I'm going to grab my book. Okay. And you're going to notice it sits. So you have about 1/4 inch there and 1/4 inch there. Oh, I love bowling. Well, you have fun, Sharon. Yeah, bowling is fun. Used to do it myself. Miter our corners. Then I'm going to round these off in the garbage. That gives us 8 by 8. Okay. Again, I'll cut this piece if you're doing it for, get back here. Oh, you know what? I left out one of the pieces here. You do need the candy cane for the front. So the candy cane is called It is called December Details. So this will be your outside cover. And then the inside of it is the green stripe. And you're going to cut either this one or this one. This one is for the Holiday Life. This one will be for the Santa. So I'm going to cut this one. Leave those guys out. Cut the header off. And I turned it this way. I didn't want this green stripe on my page. I wanted more of this color. So we're going to cut it at 7 7/8. Have the polka dots at the top by 7 7/8. Yours won't matter on the candy cane. And we do have some of these in stock still. So let's also cut the back. Again, the back of the Vintage Santa is this one. The back of the Holiday Life is your green stripes. Has that on the other side. Because I didn't use many of the cut aparts in our books. Now, this has a directional on this side. So we still want to cut it as if this was directional in case we use anything. We don't want it to be, you know, not usable. Where now that is somewhat usable. And then I'm going to cut it again by 8 1/2. I think I cut this for sure. Let's see. No, I did not. And then we'll have some of that. And we'll go ahead, since we're here, goes to the inside, this goes to the outside. I'm going to round the corners. Now what I want to do is, I thought so. I cut mine thinking it was 8 1/2. It's not 8 1/2. So we're just going to go ahead and get all of our matting ready. We don't really want to lay this down yet because we have a magnet. We don't want to mess that up. I don't want to mess that up. So we want to cut either your plaid. You have the plaid. Or you're going to cut your red plaid. Where did I put it? One I told you the name of. I don't know where it went. Because we got it out. This one. Of your Holiday Life. Flower. Oh, that's because it's back here. Your tinsels. So grab your tinsels. Your tinsels and things. these away. Cut this 8 3/8 by 8 3/8, your red, or your black plaid at 8 3/8 by 8 3/8. And then for the little flaps, again, you'll either cut the flowers or we're going to cut off of that plaid. They're so pretty. I love these. And then the green polka dots. You can also come back to these at the end. You're going to want to, you can use your scraps, but it is a lot easier right now to mat it and just to cut those little strips. And then that way we have it down and ready to go. And what I'm going to use is this. So, of course, it's coming out a little different than on my other one. Or we can use, and we can use this one if we want it to be more different. And you're going to cut your matting. And I do, yeah, I believe Tanya does have, she did put the matting over there. But she did put the matting, and I haven't been watching. So I could follow along with that. It's going to be 5 3/8 long and 3 inches wide. So I want more of the red, so I'll cut red. And 3/8, 3 inches. And we want some of that black and white. Again, yours is going to look different than mine. Nope, that is 5 3/8. Yours will look different than mine, and each time you do it will look different. It just depends on how that paper got cut. So we're going to go 5. Let's get some more of that red on there. 5 3/8. By 3. All right, we've got our cardstock cut, except for what I had on the underside. And we better cut that from our snowflakes. So we're going to cut this at 3 inches. And you keep everything right now. And then we'll cut these down to 5 3/8. Now on the Holiday Life, see, I use this. So if you don't want to cut into that now, but you can, you certainly can. You're just going to cut a 3-inch strip. Whoops. I did something to my book. There we go. So I want you to cut a 3-inch strip. There we go. A 3-inch strip, and then 5 3/8 and 5 3/8. Okay, we'll get to the magnets and all that in just a minute. I haven't forgotten. I just want to get all these pieces and parts cut. So 5 3/8 by 3 for my inside. 5 3/8 by 3 for my outside. 3 1/8 by 5 7/8 will be for in here. And that's where you can do the photos or you can journal. And I'm going to go ahead and put the white down, but I don't want to ink my edges on the white, but you certainly can because I'm a messy inker on white. So we are only going to use one magnet. I've got to get my tools off. Is Scrapbookers working better than YouTube, Debbie? So these will go on the top of the flaps, and you need to, if you have rounded your corners or decorative corners, let's do that now. And time for our ink. Again, I'm using Scorched Timber. Whoops. But I'm not using it extremely heavy. It has that little bit of a greenish, grayish tint. It is a little bit darker if you put it on heavy, of course. Oh, just a preference? Me too. And in our Scrapbookers group, you know, it's private, so we don't have a lot of outside. But on YouTube, of course, I love YouTube too, because a lot of you, that's how you found us. Oh, the holiday life. I need to tell you guys. Nouveau makes the dauber, and they are in stock on YouTube. On Country Craft Creations. Love them. They are amazing daubers. And the foam, I'm telling you, you know me, I won't sell it if I don't use it. The blending pad daubers, they outlast. For me, they're outlasting the Ranger ones. I'm telling you, a lot longer. In fact, I haven't even had to change them except for I changed the colors is why. But I'm not getting the flaking all over the place. They seem to be a little bit tighter. The foam seems to be more tight. Okay, let's close our flaps. And you will have to have a space there, but you need that space. Mine have not been shedding. You'll have that space. So I want to go ahead and, so we don't forget, just miter the corners just so that they're less visible underneath. Yeah, I'm very pleased with these daubers, and I'm pleased with how it fits in your hands. Don't like that skinnier handle, so for me, that's definitely a preference. Okay. Around the corners. Make sure it's the corners that you're wanting to round. And go and ink that edge. Except for my words are upside down. I didn't notice that, but that's okay. You know, it's been staying dark longer, but now tonight it's not, because it looks like we're going to get some rain. Looks like we're going to get lots of rain here soon. I'll have to do something about my words upside down. Just notice that it is a little bit directional. Oh, tomorrow's Groundhog Day. What is everybody's prediction? Will the groundhog see a shadow tomorrow? Or will he not? What do you guys think? I haven't checked the weather in Pennsylvania to know what our little groundhog will see. Okay, so that's going to be ready. Actually, it's going to go like so. We're going to line it up. Early spring. Well, I hope so too. See, and then it will pop up and then go down, up and down. I want to go ahead and I want to do the outside while we have a nice flat surface. I should have known those words were directional. This will be the last. Why will this be the last groundhog prediction? I didn't know that. How come? Here, I'll let you guys know when she says. Let's see. We can put this on our front cover. Then we're going to put our flap onto the book. Then we're going to line up our magnets before we do anything from that point on. They're retiring him. They will flip a coin. Oh. Well, I could see them retiring him. But let's get a new. Don't worry. Somebody else will get a new groundhog. I just know it. The groundhog is a tradition. And there's plenty more where he came from. Maybe I'll start doing a groundhog. I know we'll do a beagle prediction. You know what, guys? Tomorrow, Wilbur's going to put on his bunny ears. I'm going to go dig him out of the box. And he's going to do as Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations prediction for spring. So you guys just wait. Who knows? The chicken might even be with them. We'll show them. Okay. Down goes the flap. Now again, you're going to have some space top and bottom, about 1/4 inch. So to be honest with you, I don't know why I cut it a hair short. I forgot. This is going to be a little bit shorter as it is. Yeah, stay tuned. Wilbur the Beagle will be predicting the spring. If it's not raining. Okay. Now, we want our magnet. But you want to place this. Where's my magnet? Okay. You want to place it about 1.5 inches inside. I usually don't mark with my magnets. I usually just do. Where's my setup? Just about 1.5 inches. It doesn't have to be perfect. But I'll bring it down here in the middle. Well, PETA can't, and I agree with not being cruel to animals, but they can't retire my Wilbur because let me tell you, if they think he doesn't have a good life, they're crazy. Okay, 1.5 inches in, but I brought it kind of down in the center. Okay, magnets down, and we are safe to continue. Do you know what I did? I did. How did I manage to cut that too short? Well, I did. Remember that little strip I told you not to get rid of? Well, you probably have your page all the way black, and I don't. Mine's going to be, it's going to sorry about that, guys, but oh my gosh. My phone is supposed to not accept any phone calls, and it did. So I had to fix that. So I'm going to have a red border because, yeah, you did. You lost sound just for a minute, Dora. I had to mute. I had to fix my phone. It was letting phone calls come through. And I had put it on. I thought I put it on the do not disturb. So I don't know why my mouth was running, of course, and I cut mine at 7.5. So instead of cutting a whole new piece of paper, I'm going to accent it with that piece that we had left. And this is why we never throw anything away until we are done. And then it all goes into garbage. So 8 3/8. Now that's 1 inch. So I do want a little bit of a space. So I'll cut it. I'm going to try. I went a hair over 7/8 of an inch. No, we'll go 7/8 of an inch. Yep, the garbage. Let me tell you, it will free your soul, Tiffany. Once you get used to using your garbage the right way, like for all your scraps, your craft room's going to be such a happy craft room because you won't have stuff scraps there, and then you're going to be like, oh, what am I going to do with that? Well, I got the perfect idea. You throw it in the garbage. I don't want to take any more off the red, so I'm going to just take 1/8 of an inch off here. We should be good to go. Yep, the garbage. I know, it's a tough place. But you have to get to that point. Because if you have all the scraps laying around, then you feel guilty when the new papers come out. And you've got to buy the new papers. Or the newer, older papers. But you got to get rid of it. Okay. Doesn't matter which one. I'm going to lay this one down first. Well, you're a smart girl, Tiffany. I'm getting better at it. Then our snowflakes, which, yes, I agree, it pulls that over. So look, it's a great design change, right? Hi, Michelle. Yes, I can see your comments now. Okay. And we can put this one down. For our album, the kit included 2 sheets of each design, plus the 6x8, half of a 6x8 paper pad, white cardstock. So you need a good 36 sheets of a pattern paper. This is a big album. And it's going to be important to cut it in the right directions. Oh, did I already tell you guys that the Holiday Home numbers, extra collection kits, and 6x8 paper pads, Bonnie did get on the website today. So Bonnie got on the 6x8 paper pad for the Holiday Life. Those wonderful chipboard numbers. That does look good. Okay, let's get our little thingy here. Now I'm going to use my temporary glue. So that's, but the whole idea is we need to set it. It needs to be set on this crease, okay? So when you fold it in half, you have the side that has no cardstock on it. And no, that is upside down. I was gonna say, we got to make sure it's not upside down. Because we want we want our book. Trying to get this so that you can see it better. Well, when your book opens, so you want it up like so. So I'm trying to, let me think the best way, because you don't want to just place it there. Otherwise, see, it's going to fold in half. And here, let me measure this one. I want to make sure I give you the correct distance, is what I'm trying to say. The correct distance. So we're going to go 4 7/8 there. Okay. So I'm just going to, it doesn't matter where, we're just going to go from the edge. I'm going to mark about 4. I'm going to bring this down so it will be hidden. I'm going to mark a 4 7/8 tick mark. That's where I want that to be glued down. And I do have the 1/2 inch pushed to the back. Okay. We're going to glue that down and then we're going to move it. See, you may have to move it. Don't go by absolutely that 4 7/8, but that's going to be your starting point, 4 7/8. And when you fold it in half, there we go. It's where you'll really line it up on that fold. I'm going to go ahead and do my temporary so you can see it first. Yeah, we can just lay it in there, but to kind of help you with your gauging there. Because we want it to go like so. I'm going to fold this in half. When I do it real, we'll be adding the wet adhesive. And then you'll just pop it up. You weren't supposed to move temporary glue. See, it will pop up. Now the thing is, the reason you need to have it that 4 7/8, because when you close it, you do need it to fold. I want you to let me fart around with this for a minute because mine is not going down like my other one did. There we go. Okay, what we are going to do, is there a lay flat pocket in this album? I don't know. I don't think so. No. And the thing is, you don't have to do anything in the album if you don't like what I did. Mine doesn't want to play nice. There it goes. So I don't want you to put yours down yet. See, we want it to fold like that. Okay. So you're just going to watch me mess around here for a minute. Find out why mine's not wanting to do this. There it goes. It was just being camera shy. Okay, so we're good. We're good. That's the measurements we want. It's actually very simple. We're still at that 4 7/8. Yeah, well, mine usually works. This one wasn't wanting to bend. So I'm going to add my wet adhesive. Again, it's the 4 7/8, but We want to make sure it is in that crevice because we need it to come up. See, when it folds, it needs to basically go like so. Oh, I have problems too. Trust me. I'm going to let that dry for a second. And this is really easy. This is ridiculous. That, well, let's let it dry some more. Why are we not drying? Okay. Okay, art glitter glue. That's enough. Okay. Okay, once you know it's in the crease, fold it over. Now I stuck this out. So it's flush there and even. I'm going to fold this over. Gosh, my glue is not. Oh. Okay, we're going to leave my cover open. It's a brand new bottle. It shouldn't be doing this. It has been in the warehouse, but our warehouse is warm. Okay, there we go. See when it folds over? That's why you have your magnet there to grab it. Where's my magnet? Oh, did we cover the magnet? I may have covered my magnet too much, but it stays nice and shut. And it will loosen up as you use it. I'm just going to make sure we burnish everything down well. And voila. Get that temporary sticky off. So this is really cute when you stand the book up. If you ever display it, it's sticky everywhere. Like on the coffee table, then you've kind of got a centerpiece. It is, yeah, I do. I have the temporary sticky things on everything now. But they come off. We're good. That glue. Wow, come on. I've never had art glitter glue not want to stick. You're right. It must be the, hopefully it is the temporary glue. And there we go. You will have to help your flaps down. Okay. Now we're going to turn our book over. We're going to clean everything off of our hands, and we're going to create this. Okay, now some of you may not want them all to go to the same direction. I wanted them all to go in the same direction. I just want you to know that if you prefer, you can turn these so they're turned around so they flip outwards like so. I only say that because Tanya mentioned, Tanya liked them better going this way. I like it this way. So you have your choice. Now, one thing I did that I didn't do in here, because it also, but I wanted to show you, if you have any corners, these are just clear ones. You can use your corners if you, or any corners, if you want to be able to take your photos out. So when I first made this, I did use some clear corners that I had. And then I decided No, they kind of are kind of a pain, but they're kind of cool too. Crafter's choice, absolutely. So for instance here, see, I left it plain because I decided if I want to put a long photo, then I want a long photo. But again, mine go all that way. So, yep. And then we're going to do our Christmas tree, and you're going to want 2 magnets for our Christmas tree. So we'll use 2 of them there. We'll get our cardstock cut first, and then we'll come back for our pattern papers. Okay, so we're on the back of page 1. And you're going to be able to use your scraps. Some of them, where we cut our pages. When we cut your 8x8, you should have 4x4 strips. Well, you should have. Nine, 10, 11, 12. We should, yeah. And we didn't use them. So dig in your scraps. I'm just going to go ahead and continue on, and I'll use my cardstock so that you guys don't have to wait for me to dig through there. And we're going to cut 4 that are 4.5 by 4. So I'll cut this at 4.5 first. Then we're going to cut, we'll get 3 4-inchers out of this. I think I have this one. And I won't have to cut another whole sheet. Yay. 4, but I think it's a hair long. Let me see. So 4 that are 4 by 4.5. Nope, those are good. Then I want an 8.5 by 9.5. Now, the measurement that's not on your cutting guide is the Christmas tree. So, let me give you that measurement. So, I want you to write this down. Your Christmas tree, we're going to cut 6 3/4 by 7. And that was not on the cutting guide. It was originally going to be a template, but then I thought, that's too easy. We don't need to put a template in there. So 6 3/4 by 7 will be our Christmas tree. And if you decide you want to put a little stem on the bottom of your tree, a little trunk, you'll just use a piece of scrap paper here in a moment. Okay, we're going to first score the 8.5 by 9.5. And we're going to have the 9.5 across the top of our scoreboard. And you're going to score it 1/2 inch and 9 inches. Now, we're going to just go ahead and get the center of this, which is 4 3/4. And I just want you to do a light, score. Don't really push in there hard. What I do my gatefolds like this because it means they're perfect top and bottom. Have you ever done them and you cut each one and somehow one is off? Yeah, that's me. It drives me crazy. So that's why I do this. I just do a light score, or you can put it right in the scoreboard, of course, at 4 3/4. And you're going to cut it in half. And now you know that each side is the same length. The only thing is, I am going to take a hair off the bottom, cutting them together. I don't like to cut my doors separate. They never come out the same. Okay, let's go ahead and score our little 4.5 by 4 inch pieces with our 4.5 across the top of our chipboard. Of our scoreboard, and we just want to score all 4 at 1/2 inch. So 4.5 across the top, and we'll score at 1/2 inch. And then I did round my corners. And actually, I'll show you, I rounded all my corners. But we'll burnish our score lines first. Well, also, Donis, you can lay it out on your project, and that way you can get an idea of how you want them to go. With my corner rounder, so I'm going to go ahead and go right through my score line. So I get that rounded look. It's a little tougher when you go through that 1/2 inch folded over. But you have to do so that it, well, you have to, because you can't get your corner rounder in there otherwise. Or if you're using your chompers, they'll go through it with no trouble. This one will go through it. It's just a little tougher. You can hear it for sure. And you can leave them square. You don't have to do this. Like I said, it's a little tougher. There we go. And we want to make sure we do miter the corner. So you can also just open that and take it right to the corner. Or you can just put your scissors in there and angle it down, which takes a lot more off, but it still works. Okay, and then our doors. So once we get that 1/2 inch folded, it's about 4 1/4. We may have to trim a little bit off of each edge depending how much, how you cut your center. And just to the outside. So they do come up pretty close. We're going to take 1/8 of an inch off. So I have my 1/2 inch scored in, folded in. I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off of each side. It's one thing I always learned. You cut bigger because you can take more off, but you never can put it back on. I learned that a long time ago with hair. Isn't it sad? No one told me, though, if you put on more weight, it's not so easy to take it off. Okay, I'm going to round my corners. Did I round my corners? No. Okay, once again, this is easier for us if we mat these now than it is when we get them in the book. And then we won't mat this back, of course. We have to put our flaps on. Then we're going to put 2 magnets. So I've got that nice space there now. I'll have 2 magnets in here after we cut the Christmas tree so we can kind of see where we want to place them. And then the magnet will be on the Christmas tree and the base of our book. Okay, let's get our papers ready. Christmas tree is done with scraps. And then I use the score tape sheet, but you can use glue. And then on the Santa, let me get these guys both open. I love both Christmas trees. They're so pretty. Okay. For your holiday home, you're going to grab your black sheets. It's got the white polka dots. You have this, my favorite, the houses. So you want that one. White polka dots are on the front. Move these to the back. Because we want our houses. They're just adorable. And then this red is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And it is on the sheet of candy canes. Now, you might have some left over. I don't think you have enough, though. But you will have one piece left over because you used your candy cane. So you might have a piece left over that you can use there. So you only have to take one piece off of here. And then the front is your, we're going to take it off of this guy. Because we're going to use the cut aparts from here, the 4x4s. And then you're going to use some of the back. So that is your holiday home. Or the holiday life. If I call it holiday home, then that's my code word for holiday life. How's that? Because I used the cut apart right there and right there. Now for Santa Claus. We want this green holly. And we're going to be using we're going to use the back side, back and front, right there. And then we're going to use the red again on here also. And we're going to use our 4. Get this over here. You want your 4x4s. You've got a couple sheets on here that has those 4x4s. On the Santa. And I'm just opening the second sheet, or my second pack. There was a spot that I did turn the sound off, but the sound is back on. It was just real quick when that phone call came through. Okay, I'm going to show you right here. Right here. This cut apart is here. I cut into the other cut apart. So I will make sure I show you how that's done, because these are 3x4s. So you'll see I took the edge of this 3x4, and then here I made sure I got the good shear, and we got just sanded kind of peeking around the corner with one eyeball. And that's how I obtain those. So I'll cut those. Those I definitely will cut with you. Okay. So you've got the red, the green, then you have your other one for the holiday life. And I put my papers away. Get back here. And we want I can cut those with you. And you want your ornaments. Okay. Put these on first. Now, your hinges, one to the left and one to the right. So, hinges to the left are on my left. Hinges to the right will be on your right. Okay. The back sides we cover in the white. You have that white cardstock. So I'm going to just start here with my left side. No, we'll do the tree next. The only thing with the tree is I don't decorate the tree until after we get some more papers cut, because you need your scraps. So we are going to cut the tree and put the magnets on it. So let's fold that back. I should have done it first. Now, what I'm going to do is you're going to match. It doesn't really, okay. It doesn't totally match, but you want the hinges all over to the left. Oops. And you want it about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. I won't do that again. Let me burnish that. Same here. You want it about 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch from the top and 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. And then it gives it some dimension with the different half circles there. I like it. Now, when I work on the right-hand side, I do have them kind of close together. And we're going to line them up a little bit. so we can keep them. We want to kind of try and keep them, the same distance. Oh, are you guys getting kicked out of the Facebook video? That happens sometimes. I don't know if it's Facebook or your internet. It's frustrating. Okay. Remember, hinges to the right. This one was hinges to the left. So for instance, you know what I just did? Well, you know what, Donna, you told me you wanted to see it the other way. Well, guess what? Now you're going to see it the other way. Oh, no, you're not. My glue is not sticking that great for some reason. Okay. Well, you guys, you just saw it if you want it to go this way. But if you want them all to go this way, then the hinge part needs to go to this outside edge. And this is one of those flips and flaps that it looks great both ways. So you do how you like it best. If you want it so they both fold over like mine are, and this one was supposed to, then it goes to this outside edge and that one goes to the hinge edge. See, the glue didn't stick because it didn't want to stick there. I know it's cold, but it's not that cold. Oh yeah, my videos are always, they stay recorded. I don't want anybody to miss out. Okay, once again. Okay, I want to mat the inside first. So I'm going to cut my cardstock. We're going to start with either the houses you're going to either use the houses for the family life, or you're going to use the red. And actually, let's cut you're going to end up needing 2 of these, as I recall, because we're going to use the green for the back of the page, which is 8 3/8 by 8 3/8. So you will need both pieces for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my base. This is going to be for our base. So you'll want to grab 2 of these. So 8 3/8 by 8 3/8. We're going to set this aside. See, because these are definitely not wide enough. So then I'll grab my second one. That's why you got 2. And we're going to cut it at 4 inches. Let me grab it. Okay. And it's not directional. So but I want to keep it intact. Even so. I'm just going to do the first one at 8 3/8. So I have this nice big long piece, and we're going to use this on the pockets, or one of them. It doesn't matter. And 4 inches. And again, you can, I should just have you look here. So you can look right here. Tanya did put down the measurements again for you. Now she has 4 1/8, but see, mine came out to be 4 because remember when we took that 1/8 of an inch off here, you may not have taken it off. So make sure you do measure yours. So I cut mine at 4. And it's okay to cut it at 4 1/8 because remember, it's easier to take it off than it is to put it back on. I just need to take a little bit more off of my length. Mine is just right there at 4. There it is. We're fine. Now I'm going to round the corners. So non-directional, and that's good. Kind of. Depends on how you like your flowers to go. But one will be for the left-hand side, but we're doing it in red. Yeah, it's in red. We'll ink those edges. Yay, we will get to the front of page 2, and that's good. We're moving right along. Because some of this you'll be able to just you'll be able to mat, and I'll show you what you can do. It's very well, I have to cut it with you anyway, so we're just going to mat it together. What am I thinking here? Besides, what else have we got to do but craft together, right? You guys are just really quiet in the background. I know when I don't see any movement in the words. I'm like, they're either concentrating real hard or you've left the video running and you're just off doing something else. Or you're like my dogs, you're snoring. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but they're serenading us tonight underneath the table. Okay. Let's just go ahead and burnish so those lay flat. I love this. I don't know why. It's just so old-fashioned. Definitely old-fashioned. Again, mine are 4 inches by 8 3/8. On your cutting guide, it says 4 1/8. But again, that just depends if you took that outside edge off like I did. And you may not want that little space. I don't like the spaces in between. But probably hear my hubby. I just wish that they did. I wish that this was, 2-way back. Oops. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut. If you're cutting the 4x4s from here, from your holiday life, you're just cutting these 4x4s out. And then you're going to cut it down to 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 to fit. So just go along your edge at 3 7/8 and make these 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. Okay. If you're using the Santa, I want to start with the right one. How is it I put them back on top of each other and then I lose it? Totally crazy. Because I put it over here, that's why. Okay. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to take this header off because it doesn't fit in the cutter very well. Make sure that comes off. And this is called your 3x4 elements. So your 3x4 elements. I want part of this Santa Claus and I want this. So I want to put this in my cutter. I put mine in upside down and I'm going to cut it at 3 7/8. And we're going to use that. So that's where I got, and actually it looks like it was intentional. Then I'm going to cut that top one off because I don't need it, but I left a little on. I don't know why. Oh, because I took the bottom first and I'm going to put it in here at 3 7/8. Turn it around though. Let's take 1/8 off the bottom because I don't want to lose this cut apart part. Perfect. And now I put it in at 3 7/8. So take 1/8 off the bottom first. Good night, Susan. And then cut it at 3 7/8 from the top. And we've already cut 3 7/8. So that will give us what we need to fit on our 4x4. Santa Claus. I'm just going to cut it at 4 because I left a little bit of that on. I'll turn him around and I'll cut him at 3 7/8. Take it off the bottom. So I have Santa kind of peeking around the corner there. Yep, we've already got our 3 7/8. Then from this one, we want to use the ornaments on the back. It's already 3 7/8. So I'll take it from the other side. Now we have 3 7/8. And we're going to be using this for the inside. So I first want to cut, I'm just going to cut a 4-inch piece. It's going to be 4 by 12. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting this at 6 inches. So I have 2 6-inch pieces. We're going to be using red on the bottom. So let me come over here now. For your stripes, you're going to cut the 2 pieces that are 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. You're going to cut those down. So when you cut these 2 off, see, this is the back side. So you're just going to cut 2 more pieces from the back side. Then this is all white. And those are all 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. And on the inside, that's where I did the red. And you will have pieces left over. They look like this, more than likely. And that's what I cut to come down here. These are 6 inches by 4 inches. Now on this one, I just rounded them to look like more like photo mats, even though there wasn't one here, but then I just did them all. Okay, so for Santa, we don't need that one. And we've got those, and I'm not going to cut into that, but we're going to need the red. So I just want to make sure this is 4 inches. It is. I'm going to be using that. And I'll go ahead now and cut my white. At 3 7/8, and then we need 4 of those at 3 7/8. And that's Charlotte. Keep those. Thing is, we do have not kids. I can hear other dogs out there barking, so she's going crazy. Okay, we have everything cut. We're going to do the flaps, but we got to do magnets. But we need to do our flaps first. So we'll go ahead and just get all of our corners cut. And we do round all of our 4x4 corners. Yep, that's a beagle bark. You know what's funny? I'm sure you can too, Pam. Pamela has beagles. She's got Winnie. I want to say Winnie and Frederick, and I don't know why, but she's got Winnie and Dick. Oh my gosh, Pamela. Why did I forget her name? You've got Winnie. Well, she's had a lot of beagles just like me. And you can tell your beagles barks apart. And I now want everybody to say you can tell your beagles barks apart really fast. That's a tongue twister. Dixie. It is. Yeah, Dixie. I knew that. Oh, goodness. Girly. Yeah, they definitely have a unique howl. She didn't howl for the longest time. I didn't think she was going to. Then one day that came out of her. Okay, I'm going to mute for a minute. You'll see why. That was a job for the vacuum. Okay, those 4 we want to ink. These 4, let's get put down. Then we won't get any ink on them. I love my little vacuum. Tiffany will tell you when I was here, let me go get my little vacuum. I use it all over the place. Don't forget to hydrate. Absolutely, you have to hydrate. Yes, I love my little vacuum. It's the best thing to have on your crafting desk. Only thing is I forget to charge it. I got to charge it tonight. But once you charge it, it lasts about a month. Well, you'll have to ask Santa Claus next year, Tiffany. You have to be a very good girl. It's the best thing. Yeah, it's so much better than anything because of the power. And it stays in my craft room, let me tell you. It does not find its way in other spots of the house. It's a great little thing. And you know, Bissell, it's a Bissell. If you buy from them, they give a portion to animals. So they do give money and food to animal shelters. Oh wow, Bev. Long day, huh? Well, depending on what coast you're on. And then your 3x3 photos will fit here. So nice. Or your I cut mine usually 3.5 by 3.5. Okay. Okay. And that's where if you want to put another 3 and 7/8 by 3 and 7/8 here and there, then you can. Oh yeah, Bev, that does make for a long day. Okay. I need to ink these, but I'll be putting this one down here. Santa Claus up there. And I have to cut one more. Same size, 3 and 7/8 by 3 and 7/8. Basically the same. Put the 2 graphics, the 2 plain. Okay, we'll glue this down. We'll do the back side. This one took a little bit longer, so it is possible. We'll see. We may not get to the front of page 2, but these 2 are our most difficult pages, but we're still going to be on schedule. It comes in a base. It's a Bissell. And I can post the link for you after we're done. It does have this nifty little tool. Comes off, you just put it in there, and then it charges just with your cell phone. Whoops. Really not that loud. Charges with your cell phone plug. Lasts a good month or 2 on the charge. So you could even take it to crops with you or Country Craft Creations retreats with you, anything you want. I don't know what it's called. It's called a, I don't know. It's model 29869. You do need a little vacuum, Tiffany, because it sits on your desk. You'll always be cleaned up. It's so cool. Tiffany says, please bring them to the retreat. Oh, I don't know. I've got to show you something because I don't know. There's one thing about this paper that I forgot. I was going to show. Did you guys, when you got this, do you notice what that is? S&W green stamps. Isn't that so cool? I have S&W green stamps. I have some of my mother's old books that never got, I'll bet you, because I'll never forget when they announced the grocery stores weren't giving them out anymore. Remember the gold stamps? Oh my gosh. And then don't touch your mother's gold stamps. Because if you did, and we used to get them at Safeway, we'd get in so much trouble. Especially when you try to wallpaper your dollhouse with it. I wouldn't know about that, right? Just mention it for a friend. When you wallpaper your dollhouse with mom's green stamps, you find that she's not exactly a humpy camper. Okay, I'm going to turn this over. Oh, we did too. Remember the sponge? We used the white sponge. I mean, the sponge. Okay, this went at the top, and we'll measure our bottom here in a minute. And I am going to go ahead and round my corners. If you don't like that look, you don't have to, of course. I'm doing all four. You might just want to do the top one. I don't know. I liked it. Kind of looked like it was a place for a photo. Yeah, we had both. Some stores gave out S&W and some gave out the gold stamps. I don't know if it was specific to the region you lived in, or I'm going to glue these in before I cut the bottom. A car would be a good place for that vacuum for sure. On there for when we cut the bottom. That's pretty too. So that was that cut apart collage sheet. You could even use that side. It is a Bissell. Okay, it's a Bissell Aero Slim. You won't regret it. You'll love it. Okay, let's cut the bottom piece, which is, we know it's going to, mine's going to be 4. Yours might be 4 4/8. And I'm going to cut it 2 3/8. So 4 by 2 3/8. Like I mentioned, Tanya did put it on there as a guide for you. I am definitely measuring as I go so that those who do not have a guide at least can write down the measurements. So 2 3/8 by 4. And we're going to take 1/8 of an inch off. Oh, you popped over and got it. So I'm going to cut this down to 2 1/4. I thought all crafters had one of those. Okay, now on this one, again, I'll just cut all 4 corners. And you don't have to, but I like it. Oh yeah, we all have, we have the little shop vac too. Except for my husband keeps taking my little shop vac. I've got a big shop vac down here. I don't use any other vacuums, just the shop vac. I need to get my little one back. But the shop vac is awesome to have too. Because you can do a quick cleanup of everything. And then you know what? You feel so much better after. You just suck it all up. And it's gone. And then your room's clean. Oh, it's Jen's fault? Okay. Yeah, tonight this is as far as we're going to get. We're going to make our Christmas tree. And then we will start Tuesday. And we'll actually get, we'll get page 2 and page 3 pretty much. We'll get that done. This one I knew would probably take a little bit longer since there's so many pieces and parts to this little mechanism. And because we're matting. It's got to kind of mat as we go. Okay, we're going down in the book. Hinge on the left, of course, goes on the left. Hinge on the right. Now, one thing that's important over here, I don't line it right up to that you want to keep on the inside of where your page is hooked to the hinge. So you're going to have like a 16th to a 32nd of an inch, just a tiny bit on the inside. And it's better to come into the inside than it is to this outside, or when you go to turn that page, you're going to have a hard time. So we'll go over that again after we put our left-hand side down. So we're going to take the left-hand side. We're taking it to this outer edge of our page. all down. Any glue trying to escape is cleaned off. Now, again, you're going to see where the page connects. It's very hard on my black one. But we're going to go to the inside of that just a hair because I do not want it anywhere near the edge of that hinge. Getting it too close over there is going to cause your page a little issue when it's turning. So again, just on the very inside of where your page meets the hinge there. See how much better that is? Then you can look at those pretty Christmas pictures. Okay, so what I want to do, we're going to cut our Christmas tree. Then we're going to put the magnets on and we'll know where to put them on the inside. Your Christmas tree was the 7 inches by 6 3/4. So the bottom is your 6 3/4. Super easy to cut. You're not going to believe how easy. Because when we put this down here, we are going to just cut away these 2 outside pieces. So it's super, super simple. So what I want to do is mark my center. You can do it any way. I fold it in half and I get my crease. And then it's 3 3/8. Now, I just put it in the cutter. We're going to go from that 3 3/8 point to this point at the bottom. So you're going to put the center in and your right-hand side edge. I hold it and just pivot this back and forth. So hold that edge, the end point inside of the groove. And it moves. So we're going to do it again. So you could even put a piece of washi tape right here. Let me show you. If this is your first time and you're nervous about cutting it, and you have washi tape or even a low tape. Some of the Scotch tapes don't stick a lot. But you can even just go like so. And there you go. Then I can reuse my washi tape. Always buy the washi tape because it's great for stuff like this. You may not use it for anything else. Hi, Kim. So again, that 3 3/8 corner at the top. Point at the bottom. Just washi tape it. And you have a Christmas tree. Now, you might want to put a little stump on it. Yes, the low tack tape we sell in the store is awesome. And I do this last. This one I didn't put one on. This one I did. Tanya did it. So I wanted to do it because I thought it looked cute. So I copied Tanya. So you could put a trunk under there. You could even make presents to go. You could do so many things. But we're not going to mat this because we don't have enough scraps yet. We want to have all these different scraps. And one way I did it is I put score tape all over this, a score tape sheet. And then we're going to lay down our pieces. Or you can just use glue. That will work either way. But we're going to, that's going to be our Christmas tree. But we need to have it made. So now we can figure out, where's my book, guys? Oh, here it is. So we can figure out where we want to put the magnet. So when it sits here, I'm going to just lay it down. I didn't want mine, you could have it anywhere. I want it pretty much centered. I use 2 magnets. Put my trees here. Oh, thank you, Kim. So we're going to take you'll need 4, so it's 2 sets or 4 magnets. Don't you guys dare. Then we want them basically in the center where we made that little ring, that little peekaboo spot. And it doesn't matter which one goes down. Oh, I hate when they do that and then don't want them to stick. And make them a pretty good, decent distance apart so that you've got good coverage. You know how the art glitter glue kind of flakes off and it looks like skin? Drives me crazy. Okay. We're going to open our book. Kind of keep an eye on where the center is. Oh, you know what you can do? Let me show you. I forgot I did this before. So after I laid my tree, I just moved it to the side. I forgot about this. Lay it to the side and then just kind of come in. So I'm just going to hold it here. I'll move my paper and then I'll just go over and there. So that I know it's in the center. I don't know if you guys can see those white dots. Oh yeah, you should be able to on camera. So I have a white dot there and that's where I want to put my magnets. Hi, Kelly. Oh, thank you. You have a nice weekend too. Okay. And there we go. 2 magnets. You really do need this on there so that it holds it a lot tighter than just 1 magnet. 1 magnet, it's going to, one thing here, when you do 1 magnet, let me show you. You have that spinning around if you do 1 magnet. With 2, you're not going to have that spinning around because it's really tight. Okay. Now let's go ahead and map the inside. And then that's where we'll leave off tonight. Okay, the inside was that our green piece that we used. Inside is the green piece that we cut and I lost, as usual. There it is. And when we put, oh, guess what? Usually I have to trim this side to side, but look at that. I don't have to. If you have to trim yours, just take off like 1/8 of an inch, or not even that. Just put it in the groove of your cutter. But mine is great side to side. My flaps are going to nicely close without bending the paper. And then my Christmas tree is great. So I'm going to ink the edges. That doesn't always happen. Oh, yeah, Kim, you got to get it out. You're going to love making this. And the nice thing too, right now, we still are like in, Christmas is over, yes, but we still have a little bit of the Christmas, oh, I want to do this spirit, right? And then what's wonderful is when you get it finished and you put it away and it's ready for December this year. And you've got one thing done. One thing I really want to do this year is try and do more projects that prepare us for Christmas. And I'm hoping things go good and we can do those. Especially you're going to have leftover papers. And if we can get ahead on some of our Christmas cards and gifts, it's going to be so nice. Because that's where I struggle. All of a sudden, it's October. Oh, I'll start my Christmas cards. Then it's November. I haven't started my Christmas cards. And then it's December. I'm not sending out Christmas cards. Forget it. Come on. Let's see a smile face. How many of you are the same? Oh, hi, Marcy. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm the same. By the time I think I'm going to get the Christmas cards, forget it. Okay, we got 2 magnets under there, so we want to make sure our paper's down. This will loosen up. Christmas tree on top. And we are good. See, now this starts to settle down. Oh, it's still sticking up. Something's still sticky. Oh, there it is. See, that starts to, as we're working our pages, calm itself down. It's really stiff at first. Yeah. Oh, truth. I love it. Stacy, thank you for being truthful. That's what our AAA Anonymous Craft or ACC Crafters Anonymous is all about, is being honest. That you actually do. So that is where I'm going to leave you guys. So Tuesday, we got a lot going on next week. Tuesday, we'll start page 2. And we will get through this because I won't do this matting. We don't have to do this matting. This is something we can come back to, which is good. And oh, wow, that got killed somehow. Okay, well, we'll glue you down. So the goal is to get through here on next Tuesday. Then we'll get here on Thursday. This will be the following Tuesday when we get down into February, like 19th. And we'll be finished by the end of the month. Hey guys, it was so fun again to be with you, to craft with you, and I can't wait to see you next next week, Tuesday, 5 o'clock. I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.